Hey there, this is Troy Yamaguchi for Plus Two, and today I have a kind of special collaboration. I'm here today with Fallen Order's Andrew Richardson. Andrew recently took Darth Vader Victor Squadron Leader to a top 4 finish at the Galactic Championship, and we're here today to review a number of Vader replays into kind of the only deck post GC that's ended up mattering, which is Cad Blue. The stats have this at very unfavored for Vader. There's no way it's as bad as the stats represent, but games can definitely go wrong. So we have a number of examples of games that go well and games that go poorly. So we want to give like a wide spread of information. So I'm really happy today to talk to Andrew. We've actually played this game since the very, very beginning. Andrew, do you remember the showdown that we played at what was it, Emerald Knights? This is like very early in set one.
Yeah, yeah. We were playing up on those rafters at
Uh-huh.
Emerald Nice with
I
really
think you were on
small
mono
cards.
Boba at the time. You like smushed me. I was
Yeah,
playing
yep.
Sabine, which, as we know, is not a winnable matchup. We also have put together a written guide for this Vader deck in collaboration with other Fallen Order members. Actually, the main collaborator on that guide, Jeff Schutz, was also at that tournament. So all three of us together have a little bit
Yeah.
of a history, and we wanted to bring like a written educational product in advance of the sectors coming up in Premiere. Like we said at the beginning, this Cad Bane Blue deck has kind of become the major force in the meta, but a lot of people are kind of running to Vader. As we talk about in the guide, the only two major decks in the format are Space and blue decks, basically, of which Cad Blue is the best. And I've kind of seen it to where like a lot of notable players that have typically not played Vader Yellow in the past have landed on this as like the alternative choice to Cad Bane Blue. Maddie Kinnabox played this recently. Sobek, who like plays weird decks as well, picked Vader Yellow. So we're definitely happy to see more skilled players picking up this deck. Just of the space options, and this is something that like Andrew you pointed out quite often, is Vader tends to actually give you more options than the other space decks. And this deck's reputation as like a linear like helmet deck is somewhat well deserved. I don't know. Like I hate losing to this deck in tournament when they just like play spaceships and kill you. But the constraints of the format, because there's like so much interaction and like so much can go wrong, I think it is actually important to use your brain. And this, as compared to the other pilot decks, gives you some more maneuverability. So we're hoping to show that today. This first match here is from match one, game three, and we want to start with this one because this is just like an example of all of the bad things that can happen to you and like how the wheels fall off very quickly when things go wrong. So Andrew has taken the liberty of annotating all of these games very like in depth. So this is good, stuff to review on your own time as well. And if you want more of this analytical, like in-depth information, that's what the written guide is for. So anyway, we talked about how this matchup's playable and how Vader has options. This is like an example of a game where, again, everything goes wrong and the wheels fall off. And so we'll start here with this one. Even just from the opening, this is game three. So in the notes, we mentioned that we haven't seen Hallcraft. We end up keeping this hand, but it's kind of against our principles in this matchup because the one cost and like just like the one HP spaceships and like the fragile A wing as well are like so vulnerable in space. So Andrew, when you play this Vader deck in game three, are you thinking like I just want a powerful start, or in a tournament setting, is this something that you think you would maul?
I mean, this was a tough to mull because it is very playable. You have the Bobas, but you have the one drop, dual one drop start is not ideal into CAD, because if they just play a single space unit, like you're kind of sad because that's gonna start chipping away at
Right,
your
just like munches
your
all
own
your
space.
dudes.
So yeah, it's tough to mull this because you can definitely get punished really
Yeah, like in a
badly.
game three
But
scenario, like having the boba does like help
yeah,
out, you know.
exactly. It's very fringe.
Yes, the one drop spaceships not only are weak to CAD's like two cost spaceships, but like it will just set you up for a nasty IG, which is like pretty much what ends up happening in this game. So we do keep the double one cost start as opposed for looking for the Black Sun Patroller or the Shethapede, and they don't have the spaceship, so our game continues kind of like to the next check. You check here like, okay, do you have Battered Holocroft or Onyx Brute Squadron? If you do, like our game gets much worse. Okay, nothing bad's happened to us yet. We move on to the next turn here. We don't have anything to pair the Boba pilot with, which is a little bit sad.
Yeah, ideally you want to have like something to do other than just bow pilot on this
Just
turn.
like another one
Um,
cost. Like
but
alternatively, we could have
we
started
didn't draw
pubs
anything else.
snub fighter and then went like Boba one cost. I wonder if that's like ever a better line. This one's just like so weak into Onyx Brute though. is like the issue with it.
Yeah.
If this was Shethapede, like we're in like a really good spot. You know, you have like a
Th-
powerful tempo turn on 3.
Yeah, there's really not much that's good into the Onyx Brute. The Onyx Brute is
Hmm.
their
Hmm.
best play for turn one. So you just kind of have to
Hmm.
work with it after they've played that one. If
Hmm.
so, yeah. Um,
Now that the
just
Cad
going
Bane
on.
deck has cut the spread damage, like this Tide Dagger card, as far as their answer goes, seems to be like one of the more beatable ones. It's just like their answers on 3 are like few and far
Hmm.
between. Like this card's good, just like developing a body in space that we have to contend with is like obviously not bad, but like of their answers, Tide Dagger is like kind of the least of our concerns. Like usually you can play through this card pretty easily.
Yeah. And there's but the only problem is usually most of your lines end up setting yourself up for
Right, because like you have to
an
chase the
IG the
dagger.
next
Like you want
turn.
to kill this card.
Yeah.
Here, the Snub Fighter trades. Boba doesn't do anything. We don't want to trade First Order Tie. It does more damage. Alternatively, like you could play around IG on this turn by just trading the First Order Tie and then having the more, HP spaceship. Or his Cat Bane ping is expended as well. So I wonder if like again like that's ever a better line to like just keep any damage free of your ships to work
Yeah.
better into the
It's very
IG.
possible that that just Bobaing on the A-wing was the right answer, and then just running the tie
Hmm.
dagger or the tie into it
Hmm.
would have protected us a little bit better from the
Hmm.
IG maybe.
I also wonder if like Cad's supposed to pass on 2, right? Because he didn't have his leader ability, right? Because he goes here and then he claims, and then our A wing like doesn't have any damage in it.
Yeah,
We would
they
have
might
initiative,
pass.
same.
The thing is that we have initiative, so they don't have any way to like
Hmm.
respond to that.
Hmm. It's like
Um,
the only difference here is that their leader is ready on 3R so that he can like threaten an additional ping. It's like the only other option that I saw. So yeah, and then
yeah,
like if we go Boba here, like what is that? It's like kind of the same. Like it'll just get us 2 for 1 on the Boba. I'm trying to think if it's any better into IG on the follow up, right? Because then this will have a total of 4 HP. He just goes like
yeah,
ping,
because
crash, dagger. We would have to chase the dagger with the first order tie, right?
yeah, you have to run into into the dagger
Hmm.
with
Like
the
even
tie.
that, I think
If you end
that
up
even
with
like
the
might have been better, right? Because the whole okay, so like the reason we're going through all like this line is the whole goal in this matchup is just like to have any ship left over. Like you just need any ship to keep your engine
hmm
online. When you play risky for damage, like instead of like just reinforcing like the ships that you have, you like what ends up happening to you is like what ends up happening this deck, right? So we opt to hit base and then like we don't protect our damaged like little dinky guy. Um, so when we hit base and like eventually trade the dagger this way, again, we could have kept this ship healthy and just trade the first order tie. But like what ends up happening is because we play like aggressively for damage, you will notice that all of our ships have a suspicious amount of HP, right?
hmm
And like of course, like there's no god, we get punished, and like this looks horrible, you know. So that's just like the main I don't know principle of this matchup is like trying to figure out how safe we can play to like protect our ships because the damage on their base like 5 damage is not going to win us the game. The fact that we have no spaceships whatsoever, we don't get our leader ability this turn unless we have the Snubfighter Squadron to ambush is like the main issue, right? Because if we end up having the 3 HP spaceship, we preserve the Snubfighter to work with. Our board post IG would just end up being like a damaged Snubfighter and a token instead of like what it's going to end up being, which is just the token. So we don't get to push any damage
hmm
this turn. Like our board gets exploded, right? So we end up about like no further damage. Damage on our base like ends up mattering just because the CAD can like turn the corner pretty quickly with like when HK gets involved and like their bigger units. But like the main issue is like we have no board. Like we have no real units. Like we don't have a tie token next turn just because we don't have a real ship anymore, and then we're out of ambushers, right? So yeah.
Yeah, and oftentimes this is like not the worst position necessarily
Hmm.
because you can usually double drop in the next turn. But the
Right.
biggest thing is if they have a justifier in the next turn,
Hmm.
and they just have something they can easily start clearing your board
Yep.
with
Yep.
every turn.
Hmm.
Um, that's when it gets really dicey.
Hmm. Hmm. We talk a lot about tempo. So this Vader deck, and this is something that like Andrew and Jeff were like very emphatic about. This Vader deck is a tempo deck. Like, it's not an aggro deck. You cannot overextend for damage at the cost of your board, right? And we'll have like later better
Mhm.
expressions of tempo in the matches that like go well, where we play to preserve a ship and just continue to have like any threat whatsoever, chipping away at their base and then generating more value with our leader. The reason that the Justifier is such a pounding is because it's a tempo advantage. He has a unit in space. We have to play out things. He gets initiative, and then the Justifier is just going to clear the next spaceship we play. We'll be further down on board, and the CAD won't have to commit any resources, any whatsoever. Like the IG is a similar type of idea, right? Just because it is a body that like we have to address. Like if we just build board here, CAD's gonna ping us, and then the IG is gonna trade into one of our ships. Like again, just like a further tempo deficit. This is why we need to chase this. It's why we need to chase like even the tie dagger on 3. Like on this turn here, like we don't just like go base here, right? Because if we just like let this ship live, it's going to make our life even worse, you know.
Mhm.
Um, uh, doesn't even necessitate
Yeah.
him to have like another answer in hand. So like when we talk about this deck like as a tempo deck, and like later on when we get into the actually like winning games, you will see that the games that are good in this matchup are the games that you play to preserve any ship whatsoever, and like just like their answers in hand don't end up doing anything because you have resources available. You'll just refill your board. You don't. It doesn't take a lot for this deck to refill its board, and just like keeping your leader ability online to just make any sort of aggression whatsoever, and just continue to require them to have cards. So that's going to form like the crux of like the written guide and like what we're going to try to like illuminate today, like when we go through these replays. So yeah, IG comes out, we get like totally slammed. Like the game is not turbo lost. Like we have something, but like not a lot going for us. And like our board's very fragile. Like the keyword is fragile. Like we're gonna have him like miss a turn on 5 and then rebuild our board and then like miss another answer like later in the game to like have a chance of winning this one, you know.
Mhm.
So that's what kind of the dealio is here. So on this turn, yes, we
Yeah,
get
we kind of
owned.
rough draw in general here. We had a Palpatine and Galen that we flipped over,
Hmm.
so nothing to help us out really in this
Yeah, we can't
scenario.
like go super wide here.
Yeah, if we had two ships that we could drop, we would maybe be okay,
It's
or
like a
even
little
like be able to
playable. As you know, it's
drop
like
it
it's
one
better
ship
if
and
like his
then
answer is
Boba.
not exactly justifier, but like again, this is the game where everything goes well.
Yeah.
Like they have perfect curve of answers, we get like mega owned. But there was some opportunity for a different play earlier in the game, is to protect our 2/3 spaceship, or even to start the 2/3 spaceship and go like Boba Fett plus 1 drop. So I'm interested to see like how the game plays out. If it's better, this game we just said we want like our fast start and just played into the IG and got like turbo punished, but there was like opportunity for another route. I just like when people are practicing, I tend to like want to prefer the safer play just because like the aggressive play before like the like million space answers Cad Bane came out was probably okay, but like I don't know, this deck just like has way it's like pre-built like to beat space decks. Like they're playing like 4, sometimes even like 5 or 6 space drops in the main board. Like they're playing max IG, max Justifier. They have like this deck has way too many space answers to play recklessly. You do just need to beat them in like kind of like an honest like game. If you just say like, well, I hope they don't have an answer, you will get punished like every single time
Yeah.
without thought, right? So the board's like unwinnable from this position. It's so fragile. Like we don't have anything going for us. We have no damage on the base. Like we're even on base. He's ahead on board. Like this is not a winnable game. So we just go ahead and skip this one up. But like again, main principle here is just like on 3R we had the opportunity to try to make a higher HP ship to withstand the IG. We did not take it. We got punished. And like if it was not for the Justifier, like maybe the game is winnable here. But like again, like so much needs to go right. We need like 2 or 3 consecutive turns of him not doing anything to like claw back in the game. Like we didn't draw enough ships to rebuild powerfully on this turn. We had no leader ability, so it's just like one TIE fighter in space is not going to do it. So this is the worst. Like this of the games is like the one where everything goes wrong. It's like the worst possible scenario. So like want to start with this to show like what you are afraid of in this matchup and like what playing into everything is going to result for you. So okay, that's the one.
Hmm.
Let's get into a matchup that goes much, much better. This is, I think, a matchup where like pretty much everything goes right. They don't have anything in the early game, and so we get to like steamroll them. But like in addition to that, it's like we never give them a good opportunity to have any of their like IGs justify. Like once the game's like starts going well, and once you start to snowball an advantage, the only like last check is like okay, just like don't get blown up into hyperspace disaster. This is a game 1, so there is no hyperspace. I mean, there could be a hyperspace disaster, but it's not likely for them to have hyperspace disaster in the main. But this is a game where like things go much better. So like you'll see that we start with the Shethapede here. It's just a higher HP ship. Does not die to dagger. You know, just being able to keep anything. This is like a very good hand. You even have Palpatine for the late game. You have like
Mm.
the Hauler as well, which is a just like again like another high HP ship. Like the thing with the Hauler, in these matchups where they have to answer you, it's we are not so concerned with the downside of them eventually getting it. As long as this thing jumps us out ahead and like keeps our leader ability online, the advantage the Hauler produces in many matchups is just like so well worth it ending up on like we will take the side quest on 5R to like go retrieve our hauler or like just trade like a lurking snub even to get our hauler back. Like it doesn't matter. Like this card's busted. It's just I don't know. It's so unanswerable, so huge.
Yeah, both the
That's,
Sheathapede and the Hauler are the
mhm,
highest HP units we can be playing on
mhm,
curve. So they just represent a lot of struggles for
mhm.
CAD to deal with.
Here in the resourcing decision, the 1 HP ship is like just really weak. If they have like a ship to fight our Shethapede, it gets much worse as well. I'm just wondering if there's ever a world where we keep the snub fighter and like plan to go like snub fighter plus first order tie on 3. But maybe it's because we
Yeah,
have the hauler. Like we're saying like that's
it,
not
the,
necessary.
because you have the Hauler, that's why I opted
Hmm.
to just keep
Yeah.
the ambusher because like it just deals with the tie dagger too. Like
Hmm.
we see like that. It does set up some blowouts, but you could potentially resource the skirmisher here
Hmm. This card
instead
helps
of the
protect
one
you
drop.
against Cad Bane later in the game, but just like I think this card's weak. I might keep this one just in case you end up having to play like
Yeah,
this is curve fill later, and just like helps you go wide if something ever goes wrong. But like this hand's rather strong, so I don't think we ever get punished for resourcing this. It's just like a consideration. Like maybe on 5, right? We say like we'll go Snub Fighter Squadron plus this. Like maybe I just this one I don't think
yeah.
will come up as
Sometimes
being
just having an
relevant.
extra body out there is just like worth it.
Mhm. But we'll see. We'll see if this skirmisher like ends up contributing. So yeah, this one gets pinged. Our ship is safe. Um, oh, no, no, sorry. This one does die to the tie dagger. I'm trolling. It dies to the tie dagger. The Black Sun Patroller is the one that doesn't die to the tie dagger. So this one will die to like ping plus dagger here.
The Black Sun Patrol does die to the tie dagger
Oh,
after
oh
a
my gosh.
ping.
So everything dies to the
Yeah, yeah,
dagger.
everything dies to the
Okay.
dagger. But yeah, they can't really utilize any of the extra um, resource most of the time. So
Mhm.
like especially in this scenario, it doesn't really matter if it dies to the tie dagger or not.
Right, right, right.
It's just that it just takes one extra ping compared to the Black Sun, which the shield is essentially just one extra health in this scenario.
Mhm, mhm. Okay. All right, so we are vulnerable to the dagger on this one. He ends up not having that though. So like this is the example of like okay, we got away with our card not getting traded. That advances us to the next stage in the game, right? Because we have this extra
Yeah,
ship to work with forever, and like we don't have to take the pit stop to like go address the dagger. If he ended up having the dagger, would you end up putting the hauler into it just because the hauler does not die to ping plus ping, just to protect your token?
uh, throwing the hauler into the tie dagger.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, we do have the ambush ship, so I might end up just ambushing it.
That's true. It
Just
does
having a
live.
one thing that's it's probably fine. And if they
Hmm.
play IG, you can kind of turtle until they take initiative.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think hit
from the
is
cat's
better though, because
perspective,
if you ambush the dagger, this has 1 HP. He goes IG. This has 4. If you trade the hauler over the IG, then this dies to Justifier. It's like the only problem. So I think hauler hit might
yeah,
be better. I don't know what punishes hauler hit um, over the dagger, because hauler hit right. He has two damage. He goes ping, and then he goes IG. Like
two,
IG doesn't clear it on that turn. Then
yeah,
he goes like ping, like play anything, ping, Justifier comes down later. But like by then you still have like all your 4 mana to work with. It's like I think probably better than getting this one blown up. I'm not
yeah. It
sure.
depends. I think the general like rule of thumb I'm thinking about in most of these games is like, okay, my thing has 3 or 4 damage on it. At this point, I'm looking for ways to trade it off before
Right.
they can like get another ping on it, and then kill it off with
Mm-hmm.
a, a unit investment or something like that. So you're looking for ways to like offset that damage that they're sinking into that cost of that ping over time
Right. Right.
by trading it away.
Right.
in some
Just
form.
preserving your board. Like again, just like not taking greedy hits to base, preserving your board, and like the damage will come later. Like the important thing is like wearing out their answers, and then just like having stuff to work with. Because on these early turns, like I don't know, they're playing one card per turn. You're filling your board with multiple ships. Like that's important. So yeah, we ducked
Yeah.
the dagger here. This is why this game ends up going so well. Is because they stumbled on an answer. We're a little bit ahead, a little bit of at advantage. So like this game is quite playable.
Yeah, and on the cat's perspective, a lot of times they end up having to keep because their deck doesn't mulligan well. They usually play only 12 two first turn plays,
Hmm.
and so like if they have something playable, like let's say they have IG, but don't
Right. Like the rest of
have
their
the
curve is
greatest
like
two
okay.
drops,
Hmm.
like they're probably
It's
keeping
pretty
that
yeah
hand
pretty risky.
because they can't risk
Hmm.
a mulligan and getting like just
Right.
no
Just like
turn play
actual
one.
no answers, right? Because we're pressuring them for
Yeah.
answers. It depends like how many ships they play post side as well. Like siding up to like the extra hall crafts is like helps them mulligan as well.
Mhm.
It's all like important. Did Cad mulligan this hand? We can look in the log. Yeah, they mold this hand, so like that's probably why. Like they probably had no answer in the opener, and they mold and like they couldn't sculpt their like ideal hand. I wonder if the previous game if they
Yeah.
mold. They probably didn't take them all in the previous game just based on like the early and like consistent answers. Okay, so like we top deck pretty well here. Like Victory Leader pretty much just like
Mhm.
seals up any winning position because it makes it so hard for them to continue to interact with your board. Although it does have like a specific vulnerability when like they can ping things down within range and then just like target kill the Victor Leader. But again, we have an advantage. So once we're in these game states, like this is where Vader just like takes over because if they stumble on one answer, like their ability to come back into the game is quite limited.
Mhm.
All right, so we take the holler hit. We're playing around like direct hit here. It's like the worst thing that could happen to us. We're fine to sell this out if they have like a tie dagger or something. It's not the end of the world if this dies. IG is also like pretty underwhelming here. Our other plays like to open with the victor leader, but just because that gets punished so hard by direct hit, like not only does the direct hit kill our damage, it like now threatens the victor leader once they take this, which incentivizes us to claim early. Like there's so much bad that happens if we don't take this hit. So I like the hit first. That makes sense. Is there anything else that like is a reasonable open action here?
No, we're literally just looking to see what CAD does in the scenario.
Hmm.
I mean, IG's the obvious play, but like, they telegraph it usually pretty heavily
Right.
if
Like
they
they'll
have.
ping the Shatapede, which I think is exactly what ends up happening on this turn. They just sort of like turbo blown out because they don't have an answer to this victor
Mhm.
leader. Like a key principle as well, like in Vader and like just tempo decks in general, is that when you have an advantage, when you have a tempo advantage, like we have a tempo advantage here because our board is better than their board. They stumbled on an answer and like we kept a unit that like we should expect to die by this turn. So like this is a tempo advantage. When you have a tempo advantage in tempo decks, like you buy the ability to make them do something first and then respond accordingly, right? This is like a big thing that like Vader players are not like clocking. Like they would just say like I want to play Victor Leader because this does the most damage. Like I don't want to give up the one damage from this holler from potential of Victor Leader and just get punished, right?
Mhm.
It's much worse. It exposes your Victor Leader to more answers. It like exposes your holler to more answers, right? When you have an advantage, just like take game actions. Your deck has a million game actions to take. You always have stuff to do. Just like don't expose your cards early. Just take your safe actions and like respond accordingly. Like you are winning, you don't need to do anything super crazy. Is like typically the answer. We'll see how like this plays out beautifully. So yeah, so he pings here, setting up like a pretty like telegraphed IG. And like when we play this victor leader, like the worst thing that can happen to us is direct hit. But like again, we're at tempo advantage. Like if they direct hit, they have to choose between our hauler and our victor leader, right? Because we took the hauler swing, they go direct hit. We get another game action. They replay the hauler. We claim. We can answer our own hauler, right? So um, interesting questions like if they had direct hit, are you swinging for the damage or are you just like building your token this turn, right? Because we have one more game action pretty much. They've used all their resources. We've used our resources. Like you can either make your token, you can make the A wing. I'm just
Or if they
curious.
direct hit the victor leader.
No, no, direct hit the hauler. You have a game action.
Oh,
They take the hauler. You're wanting to claim.
oh yeah. If they direct hit the hauler here, I'm definitely just like making a token,
Okay,
and then
makes
playing at the A
sense.
wing, waiting because I will 100% just slam my two units in if they try to um replay it.
Hmm. Oh, I see. Yeah, because the victor leader, yeah, it threatens the hauler already. So actually, we're at, like even more of a tempo advantage because like we don't even need to expend the snub fighter squadron just because like this trades the hauler. So like they kill the hauler and then like we actually pin them, right? So we want to take all of our game actions after that because like they have these little dinky guys, but like they can't replay the hauler until we swing one of our units because like if they replay the hauler like with an quickly, we'll just trade both of our units into the hauler, retake the hauler, and like our board's fine.
Hmm.
We still have like two valuable units plus a token, right? So again, we're posturing the same threat, right? They can't even justify the token on the follow because we have Victor Leader, and they still need to use like their target remove. Like we pretty much just traded like Shethapede, which is our 2-cost unit, which is already damaged, right? It already wore all of Cad Bane's ping. We trade our Shethapede and like this token we got for free for all of their resources, pretty much in that line. So yeah, again, just like protecting our board, keeping strong. Like don't just send things to base for no reason. Is like the lesson from this game. Okay, so yeah. Telegraphs the IG. We have max punish here with Victor Leader, and now they're just like totally up a creek. The game is like pretty whack from this position, right? So he has the IG here. Again, we have the note here, like yeah, you might be tempted to go to base, and like it is like very enticing, you know. But the IG threatens
Yeah,
our
I
Victor
mean it's
Leader.
5 damage. You're pushing to 11 here if
Yeah,
you
which
go to
seems
base, but the
good.
problem is you potentially just like get blown out by so many different things the next
Yeah.
turn.
Well, even so, like it looks like we're pushing a lot of damage, right? But if you go base, right, he just goes first action IG over Victor Leader. Like these, like are developed, like are punished to them having this like missing the tie dagger and then like having to go for this like telegraphed IG line was Victor Leader, right? But if we go base, they claim they go IG over Victor Leader. Like we lose our token and our Shethapede. So it's like we didn't even punish them. We just like misplayed and died, and now
Mhm.
the game's like losable again, right? So like this is again
Yeah,
like this is like another like trap. You know, it's like so many players here just like go base, like they get so punished and just lose for free, like for no reason.
and it hurts a little bit more here because they have HK down, but you cannot let them keep like those kind of beefier ships on the board,
Yeah.
because they can sculpt their hand and what they're gonna do much better into
Hmm.
what you're doing if they are allowed to keep those ships
Yeah, and just like the
on their terms.
our health doesn't matter so much. Like, yeah, we actually do take a decent amount of damage here, but like far more important is protecting our Victor Leader because this shit matters. And like again, like this is our 2-cost unit, and this is the card that we got for free off our leader ability, right? So if we just like
Hmm.
give all this up for some damage, and they go IG kill this, take 3 ships off our board, like that feels horrible. So this is like a really important note here. This is something that like you know the stats have this matchup as like very very unfavored. It's like not even very very unfavored. It's like 4-6, but like there's no way it's 4-6. This matchup seems at least like 45-55 at the word, but like I think it's Vader favored, and like you guys are of the same opinion. I don't know. I think too many people are just like falling into these same traps and like getting owned and losing the game for free. Like just
Hmm.
I don't know. Of like all the games that you guys have played, like if you have to put a number on this matchup, like what do you think? Like 55-45 for Vader, or like 6-4 even?
Yeah, I would say like if the Vader player is playing like Boba's in the main,
Hmm.
I think it's more closer to a 60-40.
Okay, okay.
If they don't have like some specific tech for CAD, it might be closer to a 50-50.
Sure. That sounds about right.
But it kind of oscillates in there depending on, I
Hmm.
think it definitely comes down to like the player skill
Yeah, yeah. Just like
level in the
knowing just not to
matchups.
fall into these traps, and then like I don't know, just the way the matchup feel like the burden is on Cat to draw like redundant answers. So like whenever you have like that type of dynamic, like it's usually favored for the other side, right? Like I was of the
Hmm.
opinion that like Han 1 yellow was actually like losable into Sabine, but like the burden was still like on Sabine and like on Han 2 ECL to open like resistant starts to like what you were doing. So like I know even if it's like 50-50
Hmm.
at the worst, like the matchup's still more stressful for them. Like you need cards, they need answers. Like you just need to have any ships that like
Yeah.
stick, right? So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, important note, of not just taking the greedy hit to base. Here we just like have game actions. We can take them in any order. It doesn't really matter. We're trying to have their resource ready last. I don't even know like what 1-cost answer they could play. They could have like deadly vulnerability is the only thing. So like maybe we're supposed to play the A wing and try to get them to claim. But like deadly vulnerability here doesn't really matter. It just it opens our Victor Leader up to like ping plus IG. So actually I think we're supposed to play the A wing here, right? Because they can go ping, do 2 damage, and then it has 1 HP left, and then IG/Justifier here will finish our Victor Leader. That's the only card that could matter in this situation where like
Yeah.
the Shethapede answer is wrong. And like we had the action to take, so like there was no reason to give him the ability to do that. But like it doesn't end up matter. Deadly Vulnerability is pretty fringe. I don't even know if they like play that card frequently
I think
anymore.
occasionally, but like it's very rare.
Hmm. Yeah, so here again, like the telegraphed ping, it's like, okay, they're trying to like set up either a target kill spell on Victor Leader. If they justify our token, like we really don't care. Like it doesn't do anything. So like that's the least of our concerns. We're assuming that we are getting hit with like target removal on our Victor Leader here. I think our next action is swinging the Victor Leader. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so it is justifier, but like we are so ahead in this board state, like who cares? Like they killed a token. Like we got that for free. We literally got it for free. We still have 2 real ships. These real ships will survive this turn. So like our board will continue to get better, and their life will continue to get worse. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and if we didn't have the squadron here, we might consider just swinging the stolen into the justifier
Mhm.
to make sure it's cleared. But since we do have
Yep.
the ambusher, we can really easily deal with that.
The only punish is that this would be set up for tie dagger with initiative or ping plus answer. Ping plus answer doesn't matter on their flip turn though. They're at such high life. If they go ping, we just swing the stolen AT hauler to base. They're at 21 damage. Like they're just dead. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a tempo advantage. Like the game is totally in control. We keep our stolen AT hauler healthy. We
You
just trade
notice
the
that
card in our
we
hand.
on that last turn actually started behind health wise, like
Mm.
by a fair amount. Like we were at 6, and we were at 9. They were at 6.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But the swings on these next 2 turns just make it kind of
Yes.
irrelevant.
Yep. Yep. Protect our board. Like again, not an aggro deck. It's a tempo deck. Like protect the board is the most important thing. You will shove damage at them, like when anything lives. Like they're having to overextend. Like tap out first to like just clear up our crummy units, right? Because ultimately, like we are the aggressor in this matchup, which gives us the free reign to play recklessly with our health. Like our health does not matter in this matchup. The games that you lose, you're just like never winning. I don't know like what CAD's like fast starts do in this matchup. Like maybe you've had experiences where they have like the Ogdo or like a H or what was it like the hunting aggressor droid or like a 000 on 3
Hmm.
and like maybe like curve that into like another powerful unit on the ground. But like can this deck ever race you like reasonably?
Uh, if they get HK plus like an Ogdo on the second
Mm-hmm.
turn, and then hit stuff like that can actually remove your things in
Mm-hmm.
space, it can get a little bit scary as far as
Mm-hmm.
racing goes. But I think it's usually the exception, not the
Okay.
rule.
Okay.
But the HK does actually end up contributing a ton of damage
Yes.
over the course of a game,
Mm-hmm.
and it's maybe one of the scarier units they can play on the first
Mm-hmm.
turn, besides like the Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
They used to be Serial, but a lot of CADs have cut Serial in favor of the
That is
mirror, which is
lucky.
probably right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the HK is like the second most scary
Mm-hmm.
unit that you'll see in the deck.
Mm-hmm. HK opens up like a hyperspace disaster on 7 as well to like deal burst damage. Sometimes they play aggressive
Yeah,
negotiations as well to like maybe help with the race, but like yeah, like you said, exception not the rule. And like because you have axe, like you can always just take a mid turn off to go like axe. Like let's say we're racing, just hitting each other's base. If you just go like axe hauler here, like I don't know if you ever lose that race if they're just like opting to attempt to just
yeah.
fight you. So like even then, like it's the exception, not the rule, and like it's not something you're particularly afraid of. So yeah, here, like yeah, we are still down damage, but like our board is so much better than theirs. Real threats. He just has 2 dinky 2 cost units. Um, Interesting question of like if because like he went like 2 cost 2 cost. If this was an Ogdo, how much more damage do we have on our base? It's actually like pretty meaningful. Do we have Palpatine this game? We do though. We have Palpatine, right? So we're not dying on this turn no matter what, right? Because if this is Ogdo, not
Yeah.
Rancor Keeper, like okay, we probably have a little bit more going on because he doesn't have the ping and like um, we can like protect our spaceships, but like we will have like what is it, 3 6. We would have 6 more damage on our base. We'd have 23 on this turn at least, right? So,
Mhm.
like you're saying, it is actually a
Yeah.
little bit scary. He has 4 cards in hand. I guess he'll resource 1, so aggressive hits for 3, right? So, 6 more damage is 23. Ogdo actually kills us with aggressive negotiations, doesn't it?
Yeah, quite possibly. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, like I said, HK, and then like is really the catalyst for like getting into a racing scenario, because
Mm-hmm.
the damage does add up over the course of the
Mm-hmm.
game.
Even this Rango keeper like did A damage, but yeah, it's just like interesting. Like we do say like play recklessly with your help, but like if this was an Ogdo, like it actually matters. We would have to make a little bit of a different play. But like our opponent is dead on this turn, right? So if we try to race, like we have an initiative, we just flip uh, um, Palpatine. Like we just cannot die. Like sure this has trample, but like
Hmm.
we have the actions to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Palpatine definitely offsets it here. And getting Garindan lets us check for whatever threats they have
Mm-hmm. We're checking for
potentially.
Constable here. We're flipping to space just because we have the Garindan to protect it from upgrade removal. We are expecting to kill them on this turn, so hyperspace disaster is not that much of a problem.
Hmm.
The reason we don't flip to ground is just because like sentinels are more common than outer rim constable, even though they tend to resource the sentinels in this matchup. So they would have had to like top deck it and like had some other junk to resource. Is that like generally the plan here? Because like okay, say the
Yeah.
damage total
Well,
wasn't as good, like can we still flip to space, or is it too weak into hyperspace? Like we just have
well,
to say
the
Sentinel.
reason why flipping the space here is the second Garindan, because like
Oh, we have a Grin in hand. That's
if
hella
we call the
funny.
constable, or if we see the hand and we're like, oh, okay, they have hyperspace, we can always just play that the next turn.
Hmm
If we
hmm
don't have a way of just killing them this turn, which we probably do, but
hmm Yeah, I guess like
yeah,
you have like
that's the
perfect
main reason.
information by this point.
Yeah, and sometimes actually the round, if, like let's say they play Marok on turn three because they just literally
Hmm
don't have anything else to do, it can be a little bit of an issue
Right, because it
because
just like
like
preloads.
Marok
Yeah.
you can't get through on the ground,
hmm
and if you are forced to flip to space, like that opens you up to some
hmm
vulnerabilities. Tree
hmm
remembers
Yes.
the hyperspace disaster, like if you don't draw the
Condemn.
discard
Condemn's like a really
package,
big one.
condemn, yeah. So the Sentinels like are seemingly like not good in this matchup, but I
Hmm
think you,
It like
occasionally Cats
forces
will
you into
have
bad
to play them,
plays. Yeah. Although
and
like even
they
if
don't
it's
understand.
Morok, like we have the opportunity to just axe holler this turn. Like I don't know, our draw was so good that like
Yeah, there's
none of
ways
these
like
fringe
Galen.
situations mattered, but like they could. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Galen as well. Like I think we're like have not decided if Galen's still in our deck anymore. But like it's a definitely like side deck option, and then yeah, it is relevant in those situations. You make a good note here that Anakin would have killed the Victor leader because like they open. So this is the reason. Like I don't know, we just have so much flexibility because our draw was so good. You know, in games where you are missing like these sorts of answers, this is like a situation where like if you don't have the Garindans, then like your decision is actually like you actually have to make a risk reward decision of like okay, I can just put the Victor leader to base. Like, can I still kill him if this gets Anakin right instead of flipping the Vader on it to protect it? You can just put the Victor leader to base, put him to 18, and then threaten lethal. Because if you go flip ground, he has Sentinel. You have 18, 23, 25. Oh, I guess, yeah, because then he can't kill the Victor leader. So, right. So you just push damage in space, you put
yeah,
him to 25 with their next two actions. And then Huller in space is lethal. So he has to claim, and then he needs hyperspace, right? So it's just a matter of like having the most inconvenient answers, right? We can flip, we can go Palpatine, we can save Axe, we can beat Marok, but then Axe does nothing to the Koska slash Armored Commando. So we would have to go poke, poke, and then we'd have Holler in space. We have two action lethal. Um, I don't know. But in these game situations where you have like just all the answers, I don't know. You don't have to actually make the risk reward decision. But in the title game, which I think the next
yeah.
one will show,
Some
you
of
do actually have to choose.
the three card catalysts for like if you flip patient, right? Usually Victor Leader, Clone Combat, or
Mm-hmm.
Galen. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's those are the main reasons, and we have the Victor Leader here, which
Mm-hmm.
we kind of want to protect as well. So
Just like the go
I
light
mean, there's a lot of
payoffs.
ways they could deal with it. Like they could just direct hit it. They could
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, Tree remembers it, but
Right.
we since we have the protection of Garindan,
Right. It kind of like makes it a
we're
no-brainer. I don't know. Like the game will be sealed, and this is like the most like we can afford to be greedy. Like because flipping the Vader, like we're winning in this scenario. Flipping the Vader onto the Victor leader is greedy, right? Because we can actually get kind of punished here if we go flip here, call constable. They have tree, right? We get treed on this Victor leader. It's like pretty sad because we go
Mhm.
21, 23.
There is, but I think this is game one. Yeah, this is game one.
Oh, it's a
So
game
we
one.
are
Sure.
kind of like hedging that they
Mm-hmm,
don't
mm-hmm,
have Tree Remember in their
mm-hmm.
main.
I'm just wondering if like we are so far ahead that if it's like even necessary. I'm just like if you count like if we just go here base, like their next action is pretty pinned, because like if they
Mhm.
respond to our victory, which is already swung, like we are forcing so much. So even in this situation where like the game is going so well, I do think we actually are supposed to just swing the victor leader and see what they do next. Just because like I don't know if we care if this thing dies, right? If they address our victor leader after it's swung, the game is so in our favor. Um, they need so
Yeah,
much
it's very
more.
possible that you can even just ground flip and get him here
Mm-hmm.
with even if Picture Leader dies.
Mm-hmm. Just like a question of like how many more because they need answers here to like hit space and ground, right? So it's just like the only reason that uh, saving the victory leader greedily with the pilot is necessary is just because if we say okay, if we go flip ground, they play armored commando, we hit space and they have hyperspace, then we can no longer win the game, right? But just because we have Grindins, like multiple of them, I think forcing that is better than playing into like a random tree. Even yes, like yes, it's game one. Like yes, the card shouldn't be in their deck, but like condemn will be in their deck, right? We go here, flip, call constable, they have condemned, they constable our dude, right? It's like okay because we're still ahead, but now we're like opening ourselves up to losing to like claim, and then like randomly they have hyperspace in their deck game one as well. So this is just
Mm.
like another opportunity. Like something could have gone wrong here. I like have the sense, just especially because like our base total is so high. So even in this game, which like was really favored, I do think we're actually just supposed to continue the game plan and just like slowly like take our game actions and like force them to do something, because like we can always just flip Palpatine. Yeah, I don't know. I think we put them in check
Yeah.
first. Okay, but yeah, that's all like to say. Even though like this game was so far ahead, like nothing ends up mattering really. But just like some of the considerations to take, because like in tighter games, these situations actually do matter. But like
Mm.
that's like there's a lot of risk reward, like especially on the flip. Like this where this deck actually becomes like quite complicated because like you are afraid of quite a few cards on their turn, but like your flip is so powerful, you know, um, just like puts them in such a bad spot. But yeah, anyway, we stress their hand. We see that everything in their hand is just like irrelevant cards. So the game is won from this position. They can't do anything, and we just walk everything and they die. Okay, so that's a
Yep.
game that went pretty well. Again, mostly off the back of like them missing the tie dagger on three, and then just like we were able to stave off all of the removal. Like not like they had IG Justifier curve, but like it didn't matter. Like their position is so bad. We just had Victor Leader to make sure that IG didn't do anything, and like the game was lost from there for Cad Bane.
Yeah.
But there were some like
They did
still
they
risk
did
roll
miss
decisions. What's up?
tie dagger, but that was really the only miss that they had.
Yep.
They still
Oh, they
had
had everything
IGs. They
else.
still
Yeah.
had Justifier. They had an Anakin, which is
Hmm.
pretty good into space.
Hmm.
They had a Constable, HK. So their hand was not like the worst. It was
Yep.
just like
Definitely
they
playable.
missed that one thing.
And that was the hand they mold into as well. So like, this
Yeah.
is I don't know. This is like my opinion of like what a nominal game ends up looking like. Like maybe this was like a shade more favored than nominal just because we had like Victor Leader punish IG. Like if we didn't have that, then that is probably like the quintessential like nominal game. They had like IG Justifier, and we have to find a way to beat that. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go into the next one here. This will probably be the last game that we review. There's plenty, like all of the games to review are annotated in this fashion and like have this commentary. I just, Andrew has things to do, so I don't want to hostage him here all day talking about spaceships. This is game two of the first match, which was a losing match, but like this was a game that went kind of long and can show how when you protect a threat, you do just like run the game and try to like run them out of answers. I think this game ends on like 7 or 6 or 8 R. But anyway, this is a game where like our early game does not go quite so well, so we do have to like drag them into a bit of a longer game, and just will like show some interesting things that go into play here. Okay, so obviously our hand sucks. We mold this. The hand that we mold into is fine. We have the Shethapede, which is a durable ship. It puts our engine online. They cannot immediately kill this thing. The way that these...
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that there's the only thing about this hand is like there's the turn two is like really lackluster. Like just having a bow pilot is not
It's
great,
like
and
not the
you
greatest thing
really don't
ever.
want to play Galen on turn two. Like it just
Yes,
doesn't
you want to
do
develop
enough.
ships. You just want to develop like big
Yeah.
HP units. Like the Hauler last game was fantastic. Galen, it's playing too fast for damage. It doesn't matter. The difference actually between the Shethapede and the Black Sun Patroller is cool. Black Sun Patroller is better into the... Uh, gosh, no, my God, why am I forgetting the difference between these things? Versus like Onyx Brute Squadron and...
There's
Uh,
there's like one health difference essentially because the
mhm.
shield only really counts as one
I
health
see.
in
So the Black
this
Sun Patroller is
matchup.
basically a 2/3.
Yeah, it's essentially a 2/3.
Okay, so like the Shethapede will... Because he goes play, ping,
So you have
2/3.
to ping it
Mm-hmm.
twice before you can Victor
The Black Sun
dagger it
Patroller,
or
yeah, the Black Sun Patroller trades even with the Hullcraft. The Shethapede dies to Onyx Brute Squadron, right? Because he just goes ping, ping, and the Shethapede doesn't interact with the Onyx Brute. I guess Onyx Brute
yeah.
kills both ships
Onyx Brute
regardless.
kills both. Yeah, Onyx Brute kills everything in the
Hmm.
deck. That's why it's the worst turn one play for us. It just kind of deals with everything.
I see, and then
It's
everything
like
trades. Okay,
it's also a reason why Bow Pilot's actually kind of good because you can throw it
resist those.
on a tie or something like
Hmm.
that and just finish off the
I see. So actually,
thing and then play a one
there's
drop.
no meaningful difference in our ships. It's their ships. This Onyx Brute is slightly better than the Hallcraft. Hallcraft is better into the
Yeah.
one cost starts than the Onyx Brute, but because one cost starts aren't good in this matchup for a variety of reasons, that is why the Onyx Brute tends to see play over the Hallcraft. Okay, that was the
Hmm.
difference. Our ships are all the same. His ships are different. Okay. Anyway, so we do have a durable spaceship. This is fine. This is just something that like resists the damage spells. We'll just get to do something. Here we draw a durable spaceship and the Boba pilot. So we
Yeah,
just
not
ping
the
here.
best for us. I mean, really want to get something with a little bit more health here, but
Hmm.
like we got um
Yep.
we didn't get lucky with that one.
So here, like, this is like a good note. Like, we're making a safer play here by playing the patroller. Like, obviously, this telegraphs tie dagger here, but if we play Boba Fett and he plays constable, we get our turn skipped. It's not very good. Like, in like our haste to try to beat their tie dagger, we like make our board more vulnerable to other answers in their deck. So playing out the patroller
Yeah,
here is good.
if they play the constable, that you're still vulnerable to an IG
Yeah, like you haven't
the
actually
next turn.
solved. Like you can eat the tie dagger. Tie dagger again is like not the end of the world. This is the most like of their answers. This is the most mortal one, which makes the most sense. Like it costs 3. All right, so he has the tie dagger here, which is actually good, right? Because shows us like
Mhm.
what ends up happening. All right, so he kills there. Right here, we
Uh,
claimed. Is that right?
I think I end up making the token,
Oh,
which
you
I think
tokens.
is actually maybe incorrect. Like I
Hmm.
think just claiming and killing off the tie dagger is probably
It like gets use out of your
correct.
shield, right? Because if you make the token, he claims, he
Yeah.
goes IG. Like you don't get to use the shield because you get to use the shield if you claim. Then you hit the dagger, and then like this thing is safe. No, no, no. He just pings and then it dies anyway. I think it's fine. It's the same.
Yeah, it's a small difference, but yeah.
It's a small difference because because then he doesn't have to use the ping if we let him IG the shield because then this trade's even. Is that the difference?
Yeah, well, I mean, if I run the Black Sun into the patroller and he
Hmm.
pings, I potentially can just throw a Boba pilot
Oh,
on it.
yeah, Boba Pilot. And then also
Um,
Victor Leader punishes it as well. So it gives you more top
yeah, Victor
decks.
Leader.
Okay,
Yeah, so it gives you the opportunity to respond.
interesting. Interesting, interesting. Right. So we can opt to give up the TIE Fighter to get the additional benefit of playing, yeah, better around IG. Because he goes ping, we go Boba Pilot. If we have a 2 cost as well, then it does pin his actions.
Yeah,
Because this would have
and
4 HP.
the cat's not attacking with it doesn't care about the 2 damage at this point, so they're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
going to
he
attack
just
with
claims.
they're with BT.
Okay. Here is interesting. He opts. I think he has IG in this line, so he opts to eat the token instead of taking the shield, because he can take the shield with Cad Bane, but obviously this is our next action, right? Because this now threatens our shield, we want to get value out of our shield. I wonder if he's just supposed to again just like open with ping and then keeps value from the shield. Here we play the Victor Leader because I guess this goes ping and then this is safe. Interesting. Victor Leader here is better into
Yeah.
IG.
Um, yeah, I think I was thinking about either hold or the Victor Leader here.
Mm-hmm.
The hold can be a little bit. This is game two,
Mm-hmm.
so they probably brought in some like more removal for our ships, which are all blue,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to like hold the BT and see a bunch of blue removal and
Mm-hmm.
be really sad. So if they have removal for the Victor Leader, because they're not going to use it on the Black Sun,
Mm-hmm.
and that they just use that, I can just clear the tie
Mm-hmm.
and then make a ship. So I'm not doing much, but I'm moving
Yeah, yeah.
the base plan
We
forward.
do always have to play this turn. I'm just wondering if it's supposed to be. Well, I guess yeah, because like just raw play Boba is not very good, so we do have to develop this
Yeah,
turn. I'm just wondering if we're supposed to get the shield value first before we develop the leader.
yeah. You raw play Boba on the Black Sun, and then just gets
Hmm.
tree remembered or
Yep.
axe frigates or something to the effect that it's really sad.
Okay, so here this turn doesn't like have any like interesting things. Our victor leader, we were always playing it, and he was always treeing the victor leader. That's fine. We would actually prefer one-to-one removal. One-for-one removal is very very manageable. If they have that instead of like the IG and justifiers, then we are usually favored just because like as long as we get an attack off, we will continue to build our board. We can like withstand one-for-one removal just fine. It's like the actual like
Hmm.
productive units that are issues because like again like those create tempo advantage. So here we end up with initiative. Probably just he doesn't have anything to do, so that's why he opts for the damage, which lets us get the swing off through IG justifiers, which means we can always make our token. Here it's direct hit. Like this is obviously a very weak play. Trade is a 4 cost event for a 2 cost unit that was like pinged down anyway. So this is a good
Yeah.
position. We get to rebuild our board. He's out of resources. It's good.
The CAD brought a bunch of like anti-space removal in, but
Hmm.
the problem is you have to kind of do, from the CAD's perspective, they have to remove a bunch of things early on with the units that go 2 for 1
Right.
or more, and then you can use the one direct like the
Hmm.
1 for 1s after that.
Yep.
But they're behind now, so
Yep. So okay, not much is happening here. We just build our board. Like just throw this Boba unit on anything. We didn't do this initially because we would get more heavily punished by the direct hit.
mm,
Again, the priority is not to do damage. It's just like end up with durable ships. So like we just have like literally anybody up here to threaten their base with. Base damage is low, just because he's had some interaction with us, but because it hasn't been the high quality units, we just get to continue to build a board advantage, which we can walk at their base. So this flip turn, not a whole lot is happening. Wait, what happened there? We flipped our dude
so
and
I
then
I
we flipped
undid
first.
here
Oh,
because
oh, I
I
see. It was an
wanted
undo.
to
Got it.
hold instead.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just check to see what they're working with.
Mm-hmm.
Think didn't see anything crazy there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what. I feel like they had more like 1 for 1 removal, which I was
Mm-hmm.
okay. I think they might have had a constable. Actually, they might have had a decently. Yeah, so they
There's a
actually had a lot
constable,
of threats.
chimera,
Whereas,
tree, dagger,
so at least I know what they're working with.
and we're saying
Yeah,
like,
there
oh,
or something else. I
mm-hmm.
also have the
You
like
have craving to beat chimera
carry
as well. If he
powers
taps out
and
chimera, he loses, right? Because you just
yeah,
go craving power, blow up the chimera. It's like doomed. The only issue is like you can hunt your Vader. You can actually like pressure the craving power first by just going like if the BT1 hits, then his CAD trades into your Vader. Is like the only obstacle to that. But like yeah, I do agree that like Chimera is like it's pretty scary, but like not the end of the world here. And because you can opt just to flip ground, like you're not afraid of Constable. So
yeah.
it actually
There's a
yeah.
good argument to be made that the uh that taking the constable was the right play.
Oh, just to like let you
Um,
flip onto space. But this is game two,
just
so like he
like
can always top deck hyperspace here.
let them tree remember the Sheathopede. That's fine. They don't
Mm-hmm.
have any other play. So like I can flip ground, play my hauler, and then uh just keep going to town. And next
Mm-hmm.
turn I can craving power something on my leader
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because it's not gonna die.
And I see. And we're foregoing the Palpatine here just because like he does have ground units, like the spies
I
would
might
just
have
die.
played Palpatine, or I can't remember if I played Palpatine or the
It's probably
hauler here.
Palpatine because like you can always just develop this hauler on the next turn if you need to. The only other
Oh,
question.
actually, I did take the Chimera. Okay,
Okay.
so maybe a mistake.
Okay.
That
Maybe it
that
was like a different game
probably
where
could
all
have
that
done.
happened. I guess like yeah, because like tree is like not the end of the world. What's he gonna do? Like tree the Sheathopede? I think that's like his only play for this turn. So just take the highest power
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, actually taking the Chimera is fine, right? Because like we said, your craving power is pressured, right? He doesn't have to swing this BT. Nothing's threatening this BT. So as soon as we flip, he can swing the BT and then claim, and then CAD trades our Vader, and then we don't have an answer to the Chimera anymore. So
yeah.
actually, that's fine. Makes sense. Yeah. So here, like he doesn't have anything to do. He just throws a tree at the um, um, Sheathopede. Like okay, doesn't matter. But still, base damage is very low, so we're in this like kind of scrappy game state. So here it just has to be Palpatine, just because like we're in a scrappy game state. Palpatine just creates like the most value you can. He fills with the Constable just to have a unit. Oh, it does kill
It does kill
the ship.
yeah
I see. I see.
the Boba.
Yeah. Yep. So we play here. Okay, this is a really interesting play. This is like another one of the like moments where like play matters here. Um,
Yeah,
um,
initiative really matters.
like taking the 5 is very tempting because he's very very low, or we are low on damage on his base. But if you actually look at the game state, like we've navigated to a position where like our board is still good, and our opponent has like no cards in hand. We looked at their hand, we know what's up there, right? It's nothing too wild. So this is a position where like because he hit off the BT, our Vader immediately dies to the Cad Bane. So rather again than playing greedy and like hitting base and taking our 5 damage, if we do that, like we lose, I'm pretty sure, because like
Mm-hmm.
we have nothing going for us. Like we
Because
just have like he gets his leader, and then we have just like junk, like
yeah, like we just play a hauler in space and
yeah, like it's
try to get
bad.
there from that,
So
and they have
actually,
like
yeah,
a ton of power on the ground.
yeah, like this is a really important note actually, because like it's so easy just like autopilot hit their base because like oh I have to catch up and damage whatever, but like and like giving up 5 is a lot. Like giving up 5 is like a really meaningful like you know thing you're giving up, but like it's actually a really good shout that like claim here craving power is like the only thing to be doing. It's bad into sentinels, but like again, we know it's in his hand. He's top decking. It's fine. It's better than the guaranteed option of like take my 5 damage, pray to God that I can get there with a hauler. It's just like that's not gonna happen. It's not feasible. So I do actually like
Mhm.
playing for the longer game here and just claim craving power of the leader. It's like a really smart play. No resource because we can curve fill with the craving power with the first order tie. Yep. So we just keep our leader safe. Say like have a sentinel, right? Top deck a sentinel here. Like he doesn't have it, so now we just
Yeah,
like
and when
walk everything to base.
I noticed in a couple of these games that when CAD gets low on these cards, it makes their resourcing decisions really hard.
Yep.
Like in this scenario, like a lot of times they're resourcing something that they really wanted to play that turn because
Mm-hmm.
they want to play pre-Vizsla next turn,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
they got to keep that pre-Vizsla in their hand
Yep.
to do it. And so that sometimes they just get
Oops.
these really awkward turns where they have to like not play anything because
Mm-hmm.
they had to keep that really high cost thing in their hand.
Yep. He has a lot of ping here. He can put 4 in here, put us 3 HP. He can go hit. If he hits off the BT, he can go hit, justify to hit, ping, justify or kill our Vader. Is like pretty awkward, but like it's a lot. He needs to hit off the BT, which this deck doesn't frequently do, which he misses. It's good that he
Kind of
took this
risky.
swing. Yeah, it's good that he took this swing first. I guess you can just go like crash crash as well. What if he goes crash crash? You go crash crash. We
If
claim.
he
You
gets,
put him to 25 though, right? It's like crash crash. We claim 25. Justifier kills Vader. It's like still not
we
great.
do have a hold for questioning.
True.
We could hold the Justifier the next turn
Yep.
just to save our dude.
Um, yeah. Here he just opts to trade off. Like we are alone here on the Vader. I think he should have chased the Vader though with the units. It's like his wing play. So here we get to take a look at his hand again. Takes away Armored Commando. He could have Koska, but he needs to crash into the Vader to put the Sentinel online. And then we go base 25. He plays Koska. We just play out unit in space. It's actually still bad though, because then he goes Justifier, kill our hauler, and then we have to kill Koska. But again, he's on top deck mode. We know it's in his hand. We can discard everything else. He's continuing just to hit. And then now here we have him in check. We don't have a way to establish lethal in space, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's fine. Where did our first order
Yeah.
tie
He
go?
also doesn't have a way to kill our hauler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it died because we had to play it into Justifier.
No, we resourced it.
Oh, yeah, maybe we just
We
decided
should
not
have
to play it.
we should have kept that over like one of these cards, because then we can put out hauler first order tie and then try to slot
Two
them out.
threads.
Because like I don't know, we've gotten to such a life total that like every little bit of damage matters, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And this again, these are considerations that matter in closer games where you go hold and he has Koska and then he goes crash BT Koska, right? The game becomes like all of a sudden losable again, but because that wasn't the game state, ends up like cruising. They just didn't draw an answer to the Vader and now they're just dead, you know.
Yeah.
So like these are all the considerations that go into this matchup. Again, like the pressure is on the Cad Bane side to draw answers. They need to respond to us, which means that when the Vader side is able to maneuver and like play optimally and just like draws even like an average or an above average hand, like things quickly spiral out of control for the Cad Bane player. And if they cannot just like magically draw the best card in every single situation, like you get games like these where even though there were opportunities for us to like fall behind, it just in this late game, like we played to a tempo advantage and then just like they couldn't put together the last 2 or 3 answers they needed to keep up and just ended up falling behind. So yeah, those are the replays we wanted to go over. Glad to be able to talk with you, Andrew. It's great just to
Yeah.
get with the group again and think about the game. But
Yeah.
that's what we want to put out. Do you have any like final thoughts or like anything that we weren't able to show from like some of the other replays that are in this collection?
I mean, those are pretty good examples of how these games kind of go. So I think we covered quite a bit of uh, the ways. I think it's really those early turns, how to
Mhm.
navigate those. We called out a bunch of cards that are like
Yeah.
very critical there.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm hoping that more
Awesome.
people can
Yeah, yeah.
stick it to CAD.
Well, I really want more people to play this. I don't know. Like, it's kind of a crazy situation we're in, where like Vader is the good guy of the format. This like quote unquote like Swiss terrorist jerk off is like,
Yeah.
save us, play spaceships, hit his base. But like, it really does. I don't know. And in preparing this guide, like the interaction is always the best part of this deck, and like just playing to like keep your units safe is the actual responsible way to play Vader instead of just like closing your eyes, playing one drops, and playing Victor Leader and praying to God. But like, I just like want more people to play Vader with a brain instead of Vader with play one drops, play Victor Leader, pray to God. It's like it's my only goal.
Yeah.
It's the only reason we put this stuff together. So yeah.
It does feel like the last few sets it's got a lot of ability to have a higher skill cap than it
Hmm.
did even when it was playing just double one drop and
Hmm.
trying to
Well,
capture
double one drop,
your
like
thing with
sanction your shuttle, like you don't
sanction
get to play
shuttle.
the game. Like, oh great, sure, bro,
Yeah.
sure, yeah, why not? I lose. Yeah, is that what you want? Yeah, I lose.